Commissioners, I assume you guys can hear me. My name is Mark Hartwright, and I lead up the internal entity United Brine Services, and this is where the engineers, the project managers, the workover well specialist technicians are housed within Texas Brine. Our role is predominantly to support the various plant operations across the country. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the active seismic imaging project that was undertaken. I'm going to give you just a brief glimpse of the planning. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the interpretation. And then I'm going to hit you with some summary points. And some of these may seem controversial, some of them are going to be questionable. We welcome the opportunity for Dr. Pettit, Dr. Marlin, and others to examine the data that we have examined, the data that we acquired and interpreted. And we're confident that that will result in some consistency. Kevin Hill did a fantastic job in a very short period of time gathering up this data. It's phenomenal when you compare the level and the resolution that went into this project. This was no small undertaking, quite large, in fact, probably unprecedented. I asked Kevin just earlier today, is this really the most analyzed piece of real estate on the Gulf Coast? He said, as far as I'm concerned, it is. He's been doing this for 35 years. So if there is a boogeyman down there, we would have found it. And I'm happy to report that we have not found any boogeyman. What we found is what we think is a very positive story. Okay? So let me show you. First, I'll start with the amended Fifth Amendment and just kind of go through a quick refresher of what was required by the amendment. We were asked to conduct a high-resolution 3D seismic survey of the subject area, utilizing enough geophones, enough energy sources to ultimately compile a 37.5 bin spacing. That's basically like the resolution on a TV set. The bigger the number, the less you see. The smaller, the more you're going to see. We were tasked with imaging from the surface to 7,000 feet. Our goals were the imaging of the shallow aquifer, the sinkhole, associated changes with the subsurface, where we could look at the 2007 3D and compare it to the 2013.